Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Making It in Japan, episode 11, starting a new decade.
What up? Woohoo!
Dual digits. I'm a guy talking to you in the microphone. My name is Endigo, joined to my camera left by the one and only Dag Music Studio, it says on the screen, but her real name is Donna Burke.
My real name's Donna Burke.
How are you doing, Mrs. Studio?
Thank you. I'm great. Not like I was a couple months ago. I was down and depressed. Now I'm feeling so positive and happy, so that's good.
That is great to hear. I gotta say, even at your darkest moments, you still keep up the showmanship spirit, and I truly commend you for that. So that's great. But I'm also happy to hear you're doing better.
That was the one thing I was looking forward to. So yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
This show kept me going, Indigo. In fact, that's how it was born. It was born out of
that was the origins, wasn't it? We were both really lonely. Like, oh, let's just do something to cure our sadness.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And here we are.
Misery loves company, so we just thought let's put our miserable podcast out so that other sad, lonely people can join us.
Can be sad too. But here we are, 11 episodes in. It's great. How are you doing this fine morning? It's 1 p.m. currently. I woke up an hour ago, so still having my coffee here.
I woke up at 8 a.m. I've already driven a friend to get a COVID test.
Okay, cool.
I've done 30 minutes of yoga. I've read the newspaper. I'm living my grandparents' best life. Yeah. I think. I don't know. But yeah, so I've been working on this TV show that you and I are working on.
Ooh, tell me more.
I am so excited. So, when you told me this amazing idea for a sci-fi show, because I love sci-fi, I had the hairs go up on the back of my neck. And I'm also working with a very famous writer on my own TV show, and it's such a joy. It's so fun. I'm thinking I could do two. This is easy.
Yeah, and I've been impressed. So to quickly rewind the tape for anybody listening, I had an idea for a story many years ago. I wasn't sure whether it was
10 years ago.
Like 10 years ago, yeah. And I haven't been sure whether to make it into a book, a video game, anything else. And the idea for the plot, it's just been lingering in my head for a long time. And I told Donna about it. I think it was after one of these episode recordings when we were still on camera. And you were like, dude, we gotta make this. I was like, okay.
I chills. I was just like, I want to see this show. This is my type of show.
Right. And me too. I would watch this if it was recommended on Netflix. I'm like, oh, that sounds great. So we've been having some meetings and doing some phone calls and crossing some T's and dotting some I's. And it's cool.
Happening, guys.
It's
happening.
It's interesting because it's so different to anything I've done creatively before, which has mostly been music and YouTube and game stuff tangentially. So TV and story writing and all of this collaborative kind of, it's very new and it's very exciting. It's cool because it's different.
Why is it exciting?
I think because to me it's still creative, it's massively creative, but it's also collaborative, which is something I really thoroughly miss these days, working primarily as a solo YouTuber, one-man production company. So company is always fun. It's just fun to have friends to play with, but also it's a different type of creativity. Some days I feel when I sit around and do my usual music stuff, which is still fun, but it's kind of same. I know what to do and what to expect. With this, there's so much mystery. There are so many mistakes I'll surely make along the way. But I don't. But the fact that I don't know what those mistakes could even be is exciting. You know what I mean?
It's like we're kids again.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, we don't know everything. And in other areas of our lives, we're sort of experts. We know. Yeah. We know how to take out the trash. We know how to separate the burnables and non-burnables. This is a Japan rubbish reference, but we're just walking. We're just going through the motions. Yeah. Go to the studio. Know how to catch a train. Sure. Blah blah blah. But this is like being like I don't. I keep teasing Endigo. I'm 6 weeks ahead of the course than him. Like I basically have written a book for a TV show now, and I'd written a pilot and everything, but now I'm actually getting it, working on getting it made.
Yeah.
And it's happened so fast that I said to, but I'm an expert compared to Endigo, but in the group that I'm working with, I'm like the baby, the rookie.
Yeah.
And it's such a great position to be in, to be like having experts tell me this is how the business works, this is how TV works, this is what a pitch meeting's going to be like. It's just like so fun.
Yeah. I feel like I'm in first grade. Everything is new, everything is scary. I'm so small. And then you come up to me. You're the second grade student. You're like, I've been here for a year. Let me show you the ropes. But it's a 10th grade school. So you're like still at the very, very starting line.
Oh, yeah.
But you still have twice my experience. So
yeah.
So it's,
that's exactly what it's like.
Yeah, so it's cool. We're in this as noobs, but you're a less of a noob than I am. In
one
this
thing that's
field.
really spoken to me with the people I'm working with is I had a meeting with a producer over Zoom. She's in LA, and she told me something that I already knew, but she said you could not have picked two nicer people to work with. Not only are they incredibly talented, but they're also really nice. And that's something that I've, over the last few years, I've just decided I don't want to work unless I really want to work with someone for the next 10, 20 years. I don't want to work with them.
No.
I just cannot be bothered just doing a short-term project and then never seeing them again. And I feel like that's what, I had such fun doing the podcast with you, creating music, recording, having you direct me, and so I want to keep it going. So that's fun.
For sure. We've done a lot of projects now during the year and a half. We've worked together, been friends. We've done a lot of projects already. It just hit me the other day, like, damn. And I've not to bash on anybody, but I've done many projects in my days, different kinds of projects, different bands with people that turned out we probably should have gotten to know each other better before we started this massive odyssey together. And it's so important to pick the right people, and it's hard to do, of course. You got to take a little bit of a leap of faith, but get the chemistry right initially, and you're probably set for the long term, hopefully. So
yeah, I like that Maya Angelou quote that Oprah Winfrey often says. When people show you who they are, believe them.
Sure. Wow. Yeah.
So when people show you that they're unreliable, just don't be like, oh my God, they're late, because they've already told you they're unreliable.
Yeah.
And people constantly miss deadlines or promise stuff, and it's also the same saying, which is burn me once, shame on you. Burn me twice, shame on me, because you already burnt me. So I should have stayed out of the way and not let you burn me.
Yeah, no, for sure. So with that said, I am very happy for you to find these cool people you were working with, and I'm hopeful that I'll be a cool person too one day.
One day, Endigo. When you get to second grade like me,
yay! And you'll be in third grade, yay! Oh Lord,
yeah,
no. So that's fun.
The collaborative thing is interesting because if you don't like people and they suggest things, you react to them because you're like, oh God, I can't stand you. But when you like someone, let's say you suggest something I don't like, I'm like, oh no, I don't like that, and you don't have any sort of. Your feelings aren't hurt. You're just like, oh, you're curious. Why? Why don't you like, oh, because it feels like this and that.
Yeah.
But if we don't like each other and we reject an idea, then it gets personal very quick.
Yeah, for sure. And you start finding excuses as to why you don't like it to kind of justify your dislike for the person rather than the idea. Or worse, if you dislike the person, but you like the idea and you're like, no,
that's worse.
I don't want to do that because you're stupid.
Then you'd be right. Yeah. And I'm giving you power.
Surely couldn't have that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like this project it's fun. High. It's early still, the one we're doing. It's very early.
Super early.
Mm-hmm. And, there's a chance nobody will ever hear about it. But there's also a chance they might. And if so, you can remember episode 11 of the podcast from October sometime 2021.
Recorded, in October of 2021.
Yes, this is where it all began-ish.
And we can go back and look at this and remember, how did we get this idea as we're, like millions of dollars in merch and renting massive warehouses all over the world. Like, how did this all happen? And then we'll go back to this podcast and, we'll vaguely remember.
Yeah, so for future Endigo and Donna, we currently... I can say this much: we currently don't have the final title for the thing yet. So this is that early. So
we've got a working title, though.
I mean, sure, but whether that's going to be the name you see when you turn on Netflix, let's find out.
Yeah, I love it. It's so fun. I love it. So, I talking of Netflix. One of my favorite shows on Netflix is Kim's Convenience, which is stars
Kim's Convenience.
Kim's Convenience.
Okay.
And it's one of the main stars of it is Simu Liu, who is the star of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and like massive fan of Kim's Convenience. And in Kim's Convenience, his character is always taking his shirt off because he's super ripped and super hot looking.
Okay.
And of course, in the Marvel movie, he takes off his shirt just like his character from Kim's Convenience. So that was really fun.
Oh yeah.
So check it out, everyone. It's really funny. I found out it's shot mainly in Australia, which is interesting.
There you go. Cool.
Good on you, Fox Studios in Sydney. And also this week I saw the new Bond movie.
Bond. James Bond.
Yes.
How was it? No spoilers. See, let me preface by saying I'm such a Bond noob. So previously in my life, I had seen, let's see here, I had seen Tomorrow Never Dies, like 10 years ago, randomly at a friend's place.
Yeah.
And then I think I saw Die Another Day many years ago. And then I saw Skyfall from 2012, which is the third of the Daniel Craig movies in cinema with like my school or something we went there. Hadn't seen the prior ones, but I saw that one, thought it was a great movie. And then now, just this past week, we have been rewatching, we've been catching up on Bond because we noticed they were all on Amazon Prime Video for free. Yeah. So we watched You Only Live Twice from 1967 with Sean Connery, in which he goes to Japan to become Japanese, and it's really...
Is that set in 1960? Was that released in 67?
It's shot in 1967, and it's so old it wouldn't fly today. It's so culturally aged, but it was fun. Great music and everything. But then we also saw Casino Royale, the new one from whatever year, 2 days ago. Great movie, and
that's the first Daniel Craig one.
Yes,
yeah,
with Mads Mikkelsen in it, and
that's right.
Yeah, and great movie. I love that one. And then we started watching the next one, Quantum of Solace. We saw like half an hour in, but then I had to go work, and we never finished it. So that's where we are. But you saw the new one, which is the fifth one of his, I think.
So you saw Skyfall, because I thought Skyfall was going to be his last one, because they just harped on about how old he was and his bones were all broken and he wasn't fast enough and he'd had a so I honestly thought that is it, his old man thing. So they weirdly enough in this one they don't make any references to how old he is.
But there is another one in between this one and Skyfall, right? Called Spectre, that I don't know. Yeah, there is, and I don't know anything about that one. So I think this is number 5. Skyfall is number 3.
I must have seen Spectre, but I honestly can't even remember what it's about.
Okay. Well, I don't remember really
anything
from Skyfall. All I just remember
is Skyfall was... I think Adele's got an amazing voice, but I found that song just so boring.
The theme song?
Actually, the theme song from Spectre is boring. I think Sam Smith sings it, and he said, I wrote it in 20 minutes. I'm like, yeah, mate, I'm shouting out at the cinema. I can tell.
It's obvious.
But
the Skyfall song is very Donna Burke, actually, so I like that.
Da, 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 da.
We will stand tall.
It's sort of like something you could... Are you serious? Because to me, that's just like something year 8s could sing while they're, we're gonna beat ya. You smell of poo, ya.
I mean, it's simple, but it's not everything needs to be like a fucking symphony. It's. I think it's good. It is simple. I'll say that.
I did not like it. And
okay.
But then I was like,
I just said
Billie
it was very
Eilish.
Donna Burke-esque. Did I just offend you?
Nah. But Billie Eilish's song is freaking great.
Okay.
And she starts off really,
she does
lots
her
of
thing.
moany sort of stuff. And then I didn't realize she's got a pair of lungs on her. So it's really builds. It's really melodic. It's got heaps of emotion. Loved it.
Cool. All right. So
yeah,
how was without spoilers, how was the movie in general? Was it good?
It was good. It's the first movie I've seen since the COVID.
Yeah.
So it was the first movie I've ever sat with a mask on the whole time.
Right,
and it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. There was only 7 people. I went during midweek. The movie, I loved it. Leah Sado was great. I didn't really like Rami's character.
Right.
He plays the villain. I'm not spoiling anything.
Yeah, he's also Freddy Krueger. I almost said Freddie Mercury in the Queen biopic. Yeah.
And Rami, I love him, a huge fan. But in this, and I always blame the director Kerry. But Kerry's you're a great director. But Rami had a very weird accent, and he didn't open his lips very much. So I wish that I could have put subtitles on the show.
Well, there are Japanese subs, I guess.
Yeah, no, it was, but it was great. Great. I'm not going to spoil anything.
Yeah.
And I also loved how the women in it, at one stage, Leah is in a difficult situation and she escapes. So she doesn't wait for a guy to help her. And even a little girl in the thing manages to... the women didn't need saving and they managed to escape themselves, which is... fantastic.
Yeah. Without going into spoilers, but we had a conversation, me and Maya, about both the Bond film You Only Live Twice from 1967, but also Casino Royale from 2009 or whatever. Like, there's a 40-year gap. Both of them, women are very... they're basically a commodity in both of them. And we were like, could this work today? Even the one from 2009, could this work today with society?
No.
So how is that in the new one?
It's it's the only Bond movie I've ever watched where he didn't
sleep with everybody.
Yeah.
Really?
And at one stage there's this funny. Actually, he's a really fun character in it, who you just think, oh, she's a rookie. I've only had 3 weeks of training, and you just think, oh, Jesus, she's gonna absolutely ruin this, and she ends up being more expert at being a kick-ass assassin than Bond. And
cool.
So it's another character where I was just like, okay, she's going to need saving. She's pretty hopeless. She just admitted it. And then she just is amazing. So
cool.
I really like that the women save themselves. They save Bond on several occasions, and they are equals.
Yeah.
And finer fuckily, because I'm really over... Yeah, I think when I saw the first Wonder Woman, I nearly cried because of just like, oh, those women could be superheroes. Because
there really was like almost a paradigm shift like a couple of years ago in all of media with all these kind of... I think maybe it started with Star Wars, the new series with Rey as the main character.
Oh, right.
And then it's just been going, it's all downhill from there. And I think it's great, for our future daughters of the world.
That's so true. That her character was just so powerful for me.
Yeah.
Like when we first see her, we don't know if she's a man or a woman, and she's scrambling and doing all these things and grabbing all of this what do you call it, she's recycling all this stuff off of this massive thing, and she's very it's just a balm to my soul. And then until you see it, you don't realize how sad and what you've been missing. So it's like,
no, for sure.
Once the scales fall off your eyes, you can't unsee it. So that's why you can't watch the old Bond movie without groaning.
No, I mean it was a little bit, dare I say, cringe-worthy to watch, especially the one from the 60s. It was a great film in many other ways, but like it was made in a different time. Like there's also the comment where like Bond and some Japanese guy, they go into like this house, and the Japanese guy's like, Bond, you want a massage? And like 6 Japanese girls come in and start massaging Bond, and he's like, oh, we don't get this kind of treatment back in England. And he's like, Mr. Bond, in Japan, men come first, women come second. And Bond is like, oh, I guess I have to retire here then. And it's like what the hell?
And that's why so many men have moved to Japan believing that. And,
I'm here, so.
Really disappointed when they get married and then they have their wife's giving them pocket money. And like, I thought I came first. And they're like, ha, ha, ha.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Housewives, Japanese housewives revenge.
Desperate house men of Tokyo. So anyway, it's a good time for movies. I'm gonna head out to see something too in a bit. Gonna watch Dune, and probably gonna watch the new Bond 2 if we can still make it through these ones.
We're thinking of going to see Dune at the.
Hey, should we go see it together?
Thanks to you, we went to an amazing onsen in Toshimaen.
Oh, cool.
That you recommended.
Right, you went there.
Neremaku. Went there on Thursday, and beforehand we saw a movie, which is the movie theaters right next door. Did you know that?
Oh, no, I didn't. I know there used to be a theme park there, but...
So it's right next door, like 1 or 2 minutes walk away.
Huh.
And United Cinemas, and it has such better food than Toho Cinemas, because I've only ever been to Toho Cinemas.
Does Toho even have food? I usually just have the beer and maybe like popcorn.
Yeah, or they have food, okay, like inverted commas.
Yeah, well, sure.
Not that I want to eat. I don't want to eat. To me, that's a massive failure of planning to have to eat during a movie, because I want to give it my whole attention. I don't want to be like, oh, my fingers are sticky, because if the movie's really good, I just want to be lost in it.
I mean, I want the snacks. I think I have a little fling of ADHD going a little bit undiagnosed. I need something to like occupy my hands, and popcorn is good for that. So
even at home.
Yeah, at home too. I like to have snacks or something. But like in cinema, don't you have popcorn for theaters?
Personally, I would only get popcorn because I was with my nephews and nieces and...
Really? I mean, food, I get. I wouldn't sit there with a fucking hamburger, obviously, but like some little candy thing. Really? Okay, exciting.
I just want to be totally... I bring my own water, and I just want to be totally... that one halfway through the Bondo and also Shang-Chi, I did want to say, can we just pause it? I want to go to the loo, because
really,
that's what I'm always during movies at home. Like I'll go get some ice cream. I'll sometimes have ice cream at home.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to pause a movie in theaters. I've never been successful at doing it. I've tried, but.
Have you tried?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I haven't. No. Actually, when I went to see the sixth... Okay, we're going on a very long tangent about movies now, but final thing. When I went to see the 6th Harry Potter movie, The Half-Blood Prince, in like 15 years ago or whatever, we went to see it in a theater in Stockholm, one of the big expensive theaters, and like halfway through the movie, like the image starts going like... and the movie shuts down, and we're like, okay, the lights go on, and me and my friends front row, like premiere night, we're like, okay. And then a guy comes out with a mic, like, hi, sorry, our projector broke. We'll try to get it back working. Hold on. Like Harry Potter premiere evening, Stockholm. So we're like, okay. So I sit there for a good, like, 10 minutes. And they're like, yeah, I fixed it. Yup. Turns off the light, and, like, the movie just resumes in the middle of wherever the scene was. So we're like, okay.
That spoiled the reality.
Yeah, that was weird.
But also, did you notice that they're making a Harry Potter theme park next to that onsen?
I heard that they were talking about purchasing the rights for the previous theme park that was there. They are. Cool.
It's going to release in 2023. A park for wizardry.
Oh my god! I still haven't been to the one in Osaka, but it's up there on my list of places I want to go. I'm a massive Harry Potter fan. But how was the onsen, first of all? Because I've been recommending everybody I meet to go there. I love onsens.
I think it's one of the best ones I've ever been to.
Yeah, it's one of the best onsens I've been to. It's for sure my favorite one in Tokyo. But the thing is, a lot of my friends here, even my Japanese friends, have never heard of this onsen. They're like, "What? There's an onsen in Tokyo?"
Everyone, it's called.
Actually, I don't want to bring too many. I don't want to bring too many tourists there. No, I'm kidding. Do it. Tourists can't get in anyway.
Yeah.
Niwa no Yu, it's called.
Niwa no Yu, yeah. But what I loved, it had a fantastic restaurant with really, we had beautiful sashimi. That it had so many body treatments. I had a shiatsu, but I could have had a body scrub. I could have had a facial, head massage. I was just blown away, and the garden was lovely. The water was incredibly.
Yeah. Did you try all the mixed? Because there's a huge mixed area where men and women can go together, which is rare.
I tried the mixed area, and because of my incredibly hot body and my statuesque form and my I just felt so self-conscious, and I was waiting for Bill to come out of the men's section, and he wasn't coming out as fast as.
So you're just kind of standing around there?
There's only 2 pools to sit in outside.
Yes, correct.
And I'd have to sit with other people in a pool, and I just thought, nah. I felt too self-conscious.
Yeah, that's fine. Usually when we get there, we are very lucky. Sometimes both pools are totally empty, so it's just us there. So those days are great, but I guess it depends on the day and the time and everything.
But I just love being with the other women, and I can just jump in and out. And no one's looking at me, or if they are, they're just like curiously looking. They're not like, I had a few. There's this one bloke who was a bit sort of hello lady. He didn't say anything, but I just got the vibe. I was like, you know what?
Yeah, I met a couple guys like that there, who were like, before I think it was in I can't even remember the year, 2020, right before the last USA president election thing, we were in the pool there. We were talking about like with our friends, like what's going to happen with the pandemic and with the election, and is the Olympics going to get canceled? It was before the Olympics got canceled last year. And this random American guy in the pool, he's like, "Hey, sorry, let me just tell you, Olympics are gonna get canceled, the election is gonna get canceled, and the world is gonna end. Just so you know, peace!" And he left. And he was like a random American. And then he just started following us around because we were foreigners, so he wanted someone to talk to, I guess. And yeah, it was annoying.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was getting the vibes off of a Japanese guy. It's. I have to tell you, for you people who've never lived in Japan, no men ever look at me. So no men stare at me, look at me. It's just like I moved through Japan without no one. Whereas when I go back to Australia men make eye contact, and I'm like, "Whoa, they made eye contact," and that's right. I'm not in Japan.
Right. Yeah, it's really weird when you leave Japan. I say that having not left the country now for 2 years, but like going back to Sweden, even when I've just been there for a couple months previously, like it's strange because it's so different, but you don't notice until you're in the moment in your home country, and you're like, oh, all right, this isn't Japan anymore. Like all these tiny little things. Like which I'm contradicting myself. So the guy at the onsen who was making eye contact, that was just so. He may as well have been naked and like running around trying to grab my breast, because no one ever looks at me. So to have people looking at me, making eye contact, smiling, it was just like, oh. Yeah. Let me ask you, did you go to the indoor sauna, the one that kind of looks like the Chamber of Secrets in Harry Potter? It's like a little green room with all these pipes in the middle that you sit around them.
I did not. Again, I didn't want to sit with any people. I just want to be by myself.
Okay. Did you go to any sauna?
Oh, you mean in the women's area? Yeah. Women's only section.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Again,
there's like 3 saunas in the women's section.
No,
and one of them is like the steam room. It's like a marble kind of. Yeah, it's like a marble kind of. It looks like the Chamber of Secrets from Harry Potter. It looks crazy, like emerald green with all these crystals everywhere. It's really cool. Go there next time. It's nice.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't go there. But do you do the cold plunge pool?
No.
I do, and the first time it's just like, oh, and then after the second, third time, I can jump in. But I love the feeling of the freezing cold water, and then you get into the hot water, and then you get into freezing cold water.
I'm a scaredy cat. I wouldn't do that. But there is a place in the mixed area next to the big pool. There's a tiny room where there's a bucket hanging from the roof. Did you see that?
That's worse.
Yeah. I've done that. And I've done it on my friends as a prank. I was like, no, this is hot water. So you stand up, there's a bucket on top of it, you pull the string, and it tips all this ice cold water on you, and then you run into the sauna next door is the idea.
That's hilarious.
So I've done that, and it sucked. It was fun, but it was painful, you know? So you should do that on Bill if you go back.
No, I do unto others, and I would not like that to be done to me. And
fair enough. Good karma.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, anyway.
So, how was Cool Japan?
Cool
I haven't
Japan.
Heard you tell me all about. Oh, are we allowed to talk about it?
Well, you've said it now, so I guess the cat's out of the bag.
You can edit it out later.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We'll keep it in. So
it's you're debuting on October the 30th.
Yes. So I think by the time this goes up, I still haven't technically been on the show, but yeah, we've hinted at it in previous episodes. I am as of recently, I am a cast member on Cool Japan, which is a huge TV show in Japan. It airs every Saturday. And gets millions of viewers every week. It's really cool. It's really huge. Is it
shown in Japan or is it just shown worldwide?
So it airs in Japan on NHK World on Saturdays. But you can also tune in from anywhere in the world. And usually people rip those episodes and put them on YouTube. So if that happens, I'll post it everywhere for sure. But yeah, it's a talk show. So there's the two hosts in the middle, and every week is a different topic, like ice cream or politics or beer or whatever. And then you discuss the topic from the different countries' point of view. So everybody's from a different country. So I'm Swedish.
So don't tell me what you're going to discuss, because that might be breaking the thing.
For sure.
And how does it feel to be on a TV show that you didn't have to write, do the music for, do all the sound design, makeup?
Yeah. Well, being a talk show, it's basically like doing a podcast. It's like what we're doing right now, pretty much, except on a slightly more high budget set than this room, with my pants showing over there.
I just realized that.
Yeah. By the way, can I just acknowledge? I don't know if viewers have noted. This used to be my computer chair. It fell apart yesterday.
Right.
It's a cheap Amazon kind of gaming chair looking thing, but it's I can't fix it. I've tried to fix it. It's beyond salvation. So I'm gonna order something better. No, it's been really fun. As of today recording, I have been on. No, I'm heading there today to finish my second episode. So I'm actually gonna be there again in 3 hours from recording this.
What do you mean your second episode? In your second episode in the panel? Because I know you've been doing some shooting.
Yeah. So
outside of the studio.
Yeah. So I've finished one whole episode where I was just in the studio, and that is airing on October the 30th. But also in the episode, you watch these kind of field reports on the big screen with the classic, Japanese reaction camera up in the corner, and then you talk about the report together.
And who's reacting? Is it the other people from other?
We're all reacting in the studio.
Okay.
So I'm going to be one of those reaction cameras.
Are you? What's it like? Are you sort of overreacting?
I mean, if you get a close up, you want to look funny. You don't want to sit there and like. So I try to be funny. I mean, I'm not trying to be too unnatural, like, but it's TV. So that episode is done. But then my second episode, I'm heading into film today in the panel, and I did one of those location shoot field reports a couple of weeks ago. So the episode is gonna. Man, I don't want to give away too much, but
we're
going to be reacting to my own report, and I'm going to be talking about it in the show, from the studio. So that's going to be really cool. I'm excited. And then I do have a third episode lined up for next week as well. So, it's all happening. It's really fun. It's really cool.
It must be fun to get out of the house.
Oh, yeah. For any reason to leave these cursed walls is fine. And it's really fun because coming here to do TV wasn't my intention, moving to Japan, but I sure ain't complaining. It's really fun. I met a lot of really great people on there. I think I told the story about the producer woman last time. So yeah, no, it's been really fun. I'm just happy to be involved, I guess. Oops, sorry, got a little pop-up. There we go. I'm just happy to be involved at this point, and it's fun to again do something different. Because it is very much, in a way, like podcasting when we're in the studio, but at the same time, it's so different doing TV to doing YouTube. I
just love being in the back. I just love NHK. I've got so many happy memories there, and just some of the studios are so big. They smell like so
professional.
Yeah, and they just it's, and then you see people walk by in samurai wigs and stuff, and and you think, oh, there's so much is going on there, and it's to me it's like being able to go backstage at the BBC or something. NHK is so iconic and old school.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like a mini different world within this massive building complex. It's so cool. I mean, again, I've only been there once right now.
The people are really nice.
NHK for sure.
seem to get really nice people to work for them, and they're all very friendly, and everyone's wearing jeans and sneakers, and it's not sort of, it's very, very nice.
Yeah, no, everybody's been super cool so far, and I've had nothing but great experiences, and I'm super stoked to head back there in a couple hours and report back next time.
Okay, good. But I'm another thing that I'm curious about is what's the status with DanTDM?
Daniel, oh god. So on that topic, oh boy, so this has become what my life is about these days. What is the status? You tell us, Donna. What's happening?
Has he responded to the latest video?
Not as of yet. Not the latest one that you were in, by the way, Donna Burke.
That's right. I am in.
So Donna, do you want to give a rundown of what this is all about, the story so far?
Okay, so this is what I understand is that there's a guy on YouTube called Daniel, and he has 25 million followers.
Yes.
Most of them who are young children, I hear.
Yeah.
I saw Dan. His nickname on YouTube is DanTDM.
TDM.
And
TDM.
Oh, I got it wrong. DanTDM.
And
he was even on the Free Guy movie with Ryan Reynolds, and it's all very wholesome. I watched. He plays, a game. He plays games and films himself doing it. So quite a long time ago, many months ago, he said to Endigo, "Oh, we should do a song together, Endigo." Mm-hmm. And then Endigo waited for this to happen and had all these great ideas. I did nudge him
every once in a while, but yeah.
And then didn't get responded to. So then Endigo started making funny music videos, which make it for Daniel, like sad sob songs of a bromance gone wrong, where he had these dreams that he was going to do this great collab song with DanTDM, and then Dan would watch this video from Endigo and respond to it, and there'd be millions of views, and then still nothing would happen. So then Endigo would up the ante and create an even more sort of like over-the-top ballad of "I've been wronged by Dan. He promised me a song." And then, So how many of these have you done now?
Three or four? I call this the musical era of the Endigo channel, because these are like massive Tim Burton-esque productions with green screen special effects and everything. And in total, I've done, as of today, 6 of them have been released.
All about Dan?
4 of them are, four of them are canonically in the Dan story, and then there are 2 bonus ones. One is a Halloween song, and one is about a different YouTuber who I also had a bad interaction with. But yeah, so the first one is DanTDM Has Betrayed Me, it's called, where I'm standing in a castle drinking wine and like, "You promised me," and it's like an opera. It's really cool. Second one is The Cursing of DanTDM, where I'm standing on top of a castle and I curse him for reacting to my previous musical in a mocking tone without then actually following up on the project. So I'm like, "Oh, think I'm a fool, man." Number 3 is just called Villain, which is like me again. It's me in a castle. Like something is changing in me. Am I becoming the villain of the story? And then number 4, which is the worst one so far.
Is DanTDM is cancelled.
Yes, which is me saying.
And in this one, I make a special.
Donna's like the star of that one.
Well, I did get a lot of comments. I noticed that I was overreacting and overacting, which I'm like, thank you. That's what I was going for.
Yeah. So with
over the top.
Yeah. So with this one, it's just me saying like, okay, Dan, you reacted to me once again. You still haven't picked up the phone and dialed back on the project. So I'm gonna expose you as the fraud you are. You are not a saint. You're actually the devil. And then I photoshopped a picture of him with devil horns and like an evil-looking mustache and like made him look super evil. And I just walked around Tokyo showing it to strangers.
That's
seemingly,
right.
It was all my friends.
And then you do this epic guitar solo in Shibuya Crossing.
Yeah.
Like the production values are off the charts. And you only did this just a week or so ago.
Yeah, I had the idea for the song on Tuesday and I released it on Sunday.
Man.
So I filmed your part on Saturday.
No, I think it was a Friday.
Might have been Friday, maybe.
No, Saturday.
No, Saturday. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I filmed my shots with a green screen Sunday morning with the makeup, and then I just edited the video for like 16 hours, and I still had the makeup on when the video was finished.
So yeah, a lot of kudos to you. It's like the production values are off the chart. So what we're waiting for, listeners, viewers, is for DanTDM to react to this. I think it's basically like you've got a big pitchfork and you're digging him in the ribs. So if he doesn't respond, it's like.
Yeah, I can say this as an exclusive because this show is going out probably Monday at the earliest, which is after. So I have the next musical done, locked and ready to go. It's finished. It's done. It's done. I haven't filmed it, but the song is done.
I haven't filmed it.
No, I'm gonna film it tomorrow morning and then edit tomorrow and release tomorrow night.
Right.
So, but the song is finished, and this one is a very sappy, tear-jerky ballad, and it's
What's the subject?
It's well, it's already out by the time people are listening, but I can spoil it for you, I guess.
Yeah.
So the song is called "I'm Sorry." That's the whole title. I am sorry, and because the thing is. There is the previous one, DanTDM is cancelled with a Shibuya guitar solo. It's gotten way more dislikes than the previous one. Not a lot. It's still 95% likes, but more than the other ones. And there's a lot of comments saying I was too harsh or like, no, Endigo, you're so mean to Daniel.
Again, these are 6-year-old boys.
Yeah, these are kids that don't. Boys? I think so. Yeah. Possibly. These are mainly kids, I believe, who don't get the joke. It's very obviously satire. It's a parody. If you're watching it, there's no doubt about it. But I get that kids might not get it, think I'm actually bullying him, like, no, stop being mean to Dan. If you showed him a picture without the devil horns, they wouldn't think he's evil. Because I interview people and they're like, oh, he looks so evil. I think your camera cut out, Donna.
So sorry about that. I just had a bit of a technical thing. So you were just saying that Dan's fans are pretty young. They don't understand irony. So you got too many dislikes. So now you're making an I'm sorry video. So let's see how that lands and if the little YouTube hearts are comforted. By your sincere apology.
Sure. So the ballad I'm making now, it's because again I got so many comments from people. Mostly, I think people were sad. They're like, "Why are you bullying our childhood hero, Dan?" So this is a very somber ballad, and it's me. It's gonna be me like walking around the streets, and I'm gonna have it's basically like. Actually, do you want me to read you the lyrics part of it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, wait, sorry, let me just... Okay. So, let me give you the spoken word version of the lyrics. And imagine me walking around the streets with like a dog, I'm going to have a different edit of him where he's not the devil, but he's an angel.
Why can't you sing it a little bit?
A
cappella style.
Nah, that's boring. No, I would rather play it with the music. So, let me just read you part of the lyrics. I'm no perfect human being, not the brightest, or... Okay, let me sing it. No, I don't remember the melody. Shit. Okay, whatever. This is taking too long. Let's ignore this part. Anyway, it's gonna be fun. Look forward to it.
You're not gonna read the lyrics now. You just did a big setup.
Yeah, no. Okay, I can read you.
Why don't you share them with me and I'll read them?
Okay, we can do that. We can do that.
Screen, and then you can give me notes about how.
I'm sending them in the chat here on Zoom.
Oh, okay, cool.
So there they are.
I'm no perfect human being, not the brightest or best that's ever been, but I'd like to be better, just a little each day. So I'm writing to let you know that I wanted to say that I'm sorry. Might I have gone a bit too far? I never meant for my words to cause such harms. I don't hate you. I never did. I'm just a lost, lonely soul deep inside, still that awkward fat kid.
Fat?
Trying. You told me in the past that you were a chubster.
But I didn't write that in the lyrics. Why are you calling me fat all of a sudden, Donna Burke? What the fuck?
Deep inside, I'm still that awkward. And I know that you were awkward, chubby kid, so I just popped that in there. You're welcome, Dan.
But I'm not...
DanTDM fans. I just dissed him in his own podcast. Whoo! I'm getting paid millions from YouTube to do that. And you know what? It was worth it to see the pain.
Oh my!
All those 6-year-olds. I did a Kickstarter campaign. They paid me to bring you down, mate, and it was worth it. Donna out.
I have never felt this humiliated. Next musical is gonna be about you, Donna. Donna Burke has betrayed me. Donna, oh Donna, why did you call me fat?
Because you told me, and once you shared that weakness from your past, and you know it's like you should never let that out.
Are we gonna do like public stabs on confidential background info? Because
no,
Donna,
on the podcast you shared it.
I have bridges I could burn if you want me to.
Ooh, don't anything, but don't go after the cats.
Oh, then I have nothing.
I had to drive a friend around today, and I had to make sure that there was no cat hair on my passenger seat.
For allergy or?
No, just because I know that it disgusts people. They've got cat hair in my car.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Just for general.
All right. Fair enough. Good job.
Oh, that was exciting. So I can't wait to see how this plays out.
It's going to be nice,
the faux drama. Like,
Indeed.
basically, you're creating something out of nothing. You're creating a massive blood feud.
Sure.
Just for fun.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's we all need a little bit of entertainment, and this is my stab at making a drama Netflix show out of nothing.
Epic.
Yeah.
Musical drama.
Yeah. So we'll just see if Dan responds to this one, the previous one, with you in it, then that's great. If he doesn't, that's fine. I think he will, but you never know. But it's done well. It's almost at 100,000 views in a week.
Yeah,
almost.
It'd be really disappointing if he doesn't respond. I mean,
no, I think if there's one he should watch, it's this one. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think he will if I know him. I also, you know, he needs content too, and this is great free content for him. So, you know,
yeah,
it's a win-win for everybody.
Again, we should put it in the show notes. The guitar solo where you tell me, how do you shoot a guitar solo in the middle of Shibuya Crossing, one of the most iconic crossings?
Yeah. So that scene. So I mean, obviously, I just brought my guitar on my back, and I had Maya take the guitar case on her back while I was filming, and then I simply I had the guitar solo MP3 file in my phone, just that part on loop, and I just popped in a little Bluetooth earbud in my ear with the guitar solo. So I just walked out into the crossing. I told Maya like where to film and from which angles and how to do it, and then I just played the solo on repeat. And then while editing, I had to like watch my fingers to find like which part am I playing. I'm playing this part, okay? Lined up all the clips, did a cool cut in between. So because I know the solo, so I know
so much work.
It's my job, you know, literally. So yeah, it's a lot of work. The guitar solo took like an hour to edit, and it's like a 6-second solo. But just to line up the clips, because you can't hear me playing in the clips. You only hear the Shibuya hustle and bustle sounds. So the only way for me to sync it was to literally watch my fingers from on the camera, so to know where I was in the solo.
You must. I tell you what, you must love yourself to be able to just. A lot of people, they can't stand looking at themselves or hearing themselves, but we're so over that now, aren't we?
I hated it for the first 5 years, but I started the YouTube channel in 2006, so it's 15 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been at it for a long time. I've only done it full time since 2017, but still, it's taken a while, you know. You need to get comfortable with being on camera and being on mic and doing that comfortably for a while before you can ever dream of turning it into your job. So it took me probably until like 2016, until I was actually comfortable doing stuff properly on YouTube. And after that, it was another full year before I could even do it as a job. So, yeah, it's a journey.
I like putting up stuff that's where I'm not looking that great, because I like, you know, when people, you know, they edit the photos and they make this, I just know. If someone sees me in real life, they're going to be like, oh, that's exactly how I thought she'd look.
Sure.
In fact, she looks better. She's got more makeup on than when she's shooting those cat videos.
You post like worse selfies on purpose to make people happy in person. Like, oh, better than I expected. That's a strategy, I guess. I mean,
it's working for me.
Yeah.
I have I don't, if you take a really horrible photo of me, I'm like, you know, I've done worse. Okay. It looks like you need to go soon to get ready for your shoot. So is there anything, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm just worried that you're going to miss your TV show.
Yeah, no, I'm still on track. As long as we start wrapping up soon enough. I guess last point it's just Donna, Burke. It's almost Halloween. 2 weeks away today. What are your plans for Halloween this year? Do you have any? Do you usually have any Halloween plans?
No, I once went to a Halloween event at Velfare, which used to be like this massive club. It's not a thing that Australians grew up with of my age.
Sure.
We think it's very American.
Yeah.
In a so snobby thing, and we don't get it. And so, no, I have no plans at all. Is that big in Sweden, Halloween?
Oh, yeah, it is. I mean, we also acknowledge in Sweden that it's a very American commercialized kind of holiday, but it's massive in Sweden. Like on the main streets of Stockholm, there's like a group of like Halloween shops and toy shops that all come together, and they put up these like 20 feet like ghosts flying across the main streets for like a week. So it's really cool. It's like Christmas levels of decoration everywhere. But Japan is like a whole nother level. Like every store you go into right now sell Halloween stuff. Even the grocery stores have like Halloween scary pumpkin shaped like fruits and stuff. Like it's crazy marketing here.
I love it. I do love it the way the Jays have got into it, because it's a non-religious pretty much holiday. It's just for fun. The kids have a big and it's really good for the economy. Apparently it's just like it's huge. It's done a huge thing, but so I don't deny people their Halloween fun, but nah.
Yeah.
And also somebody who hates watching scary things. I mean, I couldn't even watch Squid Games, right?
Right.
Bill, my husband, just watched the whole thing.
Oh, did he like it in the end?
Yeah, he did. He loved it.
Yeah, I like it too. It's a great show. It's literally.
So, what are your Halloween plans? So
we're talking about it. There's a place in Shinjuku called Deca Bar Z. They run an event for many years now called Tokyo Decadence, and another one called Tokyo Dark Castle. I've grown up as a fan of Japan in Sweden in my youth. I grew up knowing very well about Tokyo Dark Castle and Tokyo Decadence as these massive like parties that I wanted to go to. I never have. And then I came here and I was like, I'm gonna go to those parties, and COVID hit. And I've been like, 2 years. But now they're doing like the Halloween comeback finally. So, and it's on Halloween in 2 weeks. So might be going there. Maybe. Could be fun.
How will they do a Halloween COVID event? I wonder.
I'm not sure, actually. I know that they have been doing like, they've been staying open for a bit, even for like in the past, during this past year. But it's been like, closing at 8, no alcohol, masks on, as one should do. But I'm like, is that even fun at that kind of party? You know, that sounds so lame. So I think they're staying open a bit later now, but it's probably surely like still mask requirements and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's still a bit low key, I believe. But yeah, we'll see. But other than that, I don't know. Still working on it. I have a lot of friends who are like, yeah, what are we doing for Halloween? I'm like, I don't know. But what I do know is I want to do a really cool look, and I want to do something cool for Halloween for our video too, and for Instagram. So we'll figure something out. We want to do some matching thing. Me and Maya do like a little.
You mean you and me?
You and me. Yes, that's what I said. I thought you and me. Donna, are you down for doing a Halloween thing? I can do like a Halloween drag makeover on you for a video.
Sure, I'd love for you to tell me how to do makeup because you're a freaking goddess at it. And that sounds fun.
I'm not. Don't oversell me.
Let's do a Christmas thing as well.
Sure. Fun fact for people who don't know Japan: Christmas isn't really a thing here in the way that Halloween is. It exists, but like Halloween is this massive nationwide celebration. Christmas is like,
Christmas is for kids or for couples. Yeah. So if you're a couple, if I was dating someone, I would book a hotel on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve is a thing for couples. Yeah. And then Christmas Eve is also where you order Kentucky Fried Chicken, a strawberry sponge cake that has fresh cream and strawberries, and that's a kid's Christmas. So when they get home on Christmas Eve, that's what they get for dinner.
Yep, and it's not even a joke. It's specifically KFC and that cake every year.
It has to be KFC, yeah.
It's weird. You can Google this. I don't know how they did it, KFC. Great marketing. But then New Year is a big thing too. So it's New Year and Halloween are the main celebratory times. So yeah, it's good. It's good. Donna, Burke, good chat with you today. Thanks for catching up.
Good to see you, mate. I'm glad that I'm not depressed anymore. I'm glad
you are not as well.
Things are going well.
And I'm glad to be doing this TV thing with you.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens. Okay. We'll tease some more updates during the journey.
Yeah, it's going to be a long one. So
strap in, folks. You heard
it here first, folks.
Yep. So yeah, any final words before we head off for today? And I head over to NHK.
Just keep eating your sourdough cookies, everyone. Stay safe. Thank God for the little things, including cat hair.
Including
God's gifts.
Including but not limited to cat hair. Yeah. Great. Yeah. All right. Thank you all for tuning in, everybody, to another episode of Making It in Japan. Not a lot of talk about making it in Japan today. No. We should maybe consider a name change or something. But good chat, nevertheless.
We're staying alive in Japan.
Indeed. Making a living in Japan. I don't know. Anyway, it's been fun. Donna, where can people find more of you if they want to find you online? On Twitter at the Donna Burke. And on YouTube at Donna Burke Official. How about you, Endigo? Thank you. Yeah, I'm Endigo everywhere. That's not true. I'm Endigo on YouTube, Endigo Skyborn everywhere else, social media. I didn't mention this. I started a new YouTube channel just now. Oh, yes. Yeah. What? Tell me, why? Tell me why. What do you do? Well, there's a total of 0 videos on it. But I think I just hit 100 subscribers, so that's good. So the Endigo channel is it's my main music channel, and with the whole musical thing, I want to keep doing that and keep pleasing the algorithm. So just doing that properly. So that's for the music stuff. The new one is gonna be for non-music stuff. So just vlogging, ranting, gaming. Gonna do some drag stuff on there. So just a place to do shit with no pressure and no. It's not about making money, not about getting famous, just doing fun stuff. Right. So the channel is called Endigo Pink. So feel free to check it out if you want to. There are no videos. But maybe we should put this on there. Maybe not. No. Okay. Oh, okay. No, it's good. I think we should stay here. People tuning for you on the show. So yeah. I'm glad you got that straight, Endigo. Good. Yeah. The acknowledgement. It took you 11 episodes, but yeah. Thanks. Yep, you're welcome. Okay, Donna out. This is peace. Goodbye. Oh, we were supposed to read fan questions today. We didn't do that. Next time we'll do that. Next time. Episode 13. Right. Episode 12 is going to be a guest. So 13. Cheers. Sorry.
Stay safe, everyone.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.